And so when it comes to finances, I think about this across living your life in these different buckets, right? And specifically 4 buckets. So the vast majority of us live our lives in 2 of the 4 buckets, by the way. So bucket number 1 is what, kind of your everyday spending. So this is where the majority of your paycheck goes into your checking account, and you use it for housing, for, food and groceries, for personal care, hopefully for a little bit of fun, right? That's where the majority of our life is, bucket number 1. Now, most of us also have bucket number 4 if you're in a traditional workplace, right? So that's your long-term retirement savings, your 401k plan or your pension plan. I'm going to get to your question around well, what if you're working, kind of consulting jobs, contractor jobs, gig jobs, in just a second. But so most of us have that, right? But that doesn't provide for the financial security or success of, okay, you've worked for 20 years, you're 48 years old, and you have this big financial goal. Maybe it's your daughter's wedding. Maybe it's you want to, go out and start your own business on the side, or you want to take a sabbatical, whatever it might be. If you've got most of your money you're spending on, your cash flow needs today, your lifestyle today, and the rest of it's in retirement assets, now you're in a difficult position, right? So the crux of, I think, financial security and success happens in these other buckets. And what I would encourage, whether you're 23, 53, anywhere in between, is, and what I believe is that realistically, we should be putting money in all 4 of these buckets from the day we start earning income up until retirement. And what will change is just the sort of the priority or the allocation of extra dollars into those buckets. So very quickly, bucket 2 is going to be, that's kind of your short-term savings. So that's going to be emergency savings. Okay. That'll also be money you're setting aside if you have a financial goal or priority in the next, let's say, 0 to 4 years, right? So if you're planning to help fund, something like your daughter's wedding, I would say you wouldn't want to have that money in your retirement account, right? You wouldn't want to have that money even in investments, because the risk of that money fluctuating, and coincidentally, right now as the market's open, it looks like it's going to be a pretty down day in the market. And so if you had that money set aside and then now you need it, but it's lost less. 3%, 5%, maybe 15% of its value, it puts you in a difficult position. Bucket number 3 is more longer term investments, right? So this is money that you have the time horizon that you could invest it in vehicles like the financial markets to grow and appreciate more than it would sitting in, a safe cash equivalent account. But it has the liquidity features that if you set this money aside and you need it in 10 years, because to fund an entrepreneurial effort, you can plan to have that money, right?